I think now everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone? Okay. So we'll start something about the Merchant Navy India. Most of the candidate, I think, have seen the ships in a movies and other things. But here, when we talk about the Merchant Navy India, the candidates are having little confusion whether this is Indian Navy or this is another type of navy. No, Indian Navy is purely different segment and Merchant Navy India is purely different segment. But both the segment are basically work on similar platform. Like Indian Navy is basically protects our borders, our outer things from the other country. The same way, Merchant Navy is take caring of the wheel of the economy part. Now, slowly, we'll get all the departments and everything about the Merchant Navy. Now, just listen little carefully, and I must suggest to everyone, please keep one pen and copy with you, or otherwise you can take a screenshot of the screen when we comes on eligibility department and the criterias and other things. Then you can take a screenshot, or if somebody cannot take a screenshot, then he can note down in a copy, or if candidates need, so later on I'll share these ppt to everyone also. So here the merchant navy is basically take caring the part of economy wheel. Economy wheel means how it's creating. See, when you check on internet and other newspaper and other things, you will find that 90% of cargo is transferring through ships only. It means 90% of in and out, which is all purely based on the economy, which we call GDP. The GDP is purely depend on here. The 90% part is basically because of the ship. So now you can consider the Merchant Navy India, Merchant Navy is why it's important for everyone, right? So slowly we'll start. Now, all the you all are right now taking from the background of the science background. So, in the science background, generally the candidates thinks in this way ki what we need to do. Like generally they will join armed forces after 12, or they are going to join IIT JEE, right? Or they are join other local colleges, or maybe some private good institute like MIT, like Pilani, Bits Pilani. These things they'll join. So these are the career basically everybody thinks. But if you see really the merchant navy career also, this is also a very good option. Nowadays, you will find with your friends or seniors, they generally some of the candidate wants to go outside of India, and they wants to do the higher education from outside of India. Here, the merchant navy is also take caring of your this outside part. Like you will get a chance to go all the country again free of cost. I'll show you the advantage in my next slide. Now here, this is one of the career with merchant navy where your job is already fixed. Means before you are giving the examination and fixing your job, and then you are going to be for the training. It's just a similar, just like a Indian navy. First you are giving the examination and clearing everything, and then joining the course. This is like similar to that only, this merchant navy. Now, this is the first point why we should join the merchant navy. The first point is like you are going to, if you will join the merchant navy, you are going to controlling the economy. Means you are going a part of economy of the country. I already informed you 90% of cargo is transferring goods from one country to other country while importing or exporting. Both the things basically going through the ships only. So this is like very important for to everyone. Now other points comes that what are the departments generally comes in your mind. What are the departments basically we have in the ships? So generally in ships we have two departments. One we say deck department and one we say engine department. Now, in the deck department, what we have, like the ships, I will compare with a truck. Truck is also transferring the goods from one place to other place. So ship we can compare with the truck. Now in the truck, the driver and the khalasi, which is sitting in beside of driver, both are basically we call in ship as a deck department. Now what they are doing, they are giving a direction to the truck, the same work you need to do on ship, but little advanced level in a ship. Like you need to plot graphs, and those graphs you need to be matched with GPS and then find a way. One person will check the weather, whether the clones and other things are coming or not. So these things will be checked by one of the person. One of the person will do the watch keeping. Watch keeping means checking the things by binoculars from in and around. Like sometime what we have, it's an open sea, it's not like a road. So from the side itself you will get another ship. So you need to inform to the captain. Like highest post in a ship is captain, which is from the deck side only. So you need to inform to the captain that somebody is coming from this side, so we need to be take care of our ships. So these entire work basically done by the deck, and we call this white collar job. Now there are plenty of candidates, they'll have an interest in a in a engine side also. So the next department is engine department, engineering department. There what they do, like in a truck something is breakdown or we need to go for maintenance and other things, then we are taking the truck to the mechanic. Now here mechanic is take caring the entire things for the truck. The same thing with we have a ship also. Running of the ship, main engine running means like to start the engine and giving a speed, this entire work is controlled by the engine department. If you have seen in a movies, big fans over there, right? Rudder in a movies you have seen, probably in behind you have a big fan. So this big fan we call propeller, and in behind we have a rudder, right? So rudder is giving the direction. These things you don't need to be confused with this. This is like just a term which is given by the ship so that it will be helpful to everyone to identify the things. So I think everybody is clear about the deck department. What works is deck department. Means like somebody wants to join computer science, IT, then he can join the deck department. Now somebody is having an interest in mechanical, electrical, or production and other things, so they can join the engine department. They'll find the same thing. Now in other way, when you have heard with the candidates, like somebody join IIT and join a mechanical branch, and then later on he join in a company to working, then they are telling what we have learned in a engineering, we are not using the same thing. But here it is not something like that. When you go for a merchant navy training, there actually you will work with your hand, right? And from the hand you will get plenty of the things, and those things will be used on ships. So it is not something like that whatever you learn it will not useful, but in merchant navy whatever you learn 100% everything is useful for you. So this is like some of the things. Now next is, we have already discussed this, 90% of the cargo world trade is going through the merchant navy. Now next is very adventurous and very important thing is, this merchant navy is not like 9 to 5 job. Like what we say 9 to 5 when we have done engineering and everything, then after that we have joined with a company or we have joined a government department, where what we have 9 o'clock we need to be go there and 5 o'clock it is done. This merchant navy is not something like that. 9 to 5 job, you will do it and this will be fine. No. Here, the job is basically depend on your working style. Like sometime you'll have a morning job also, sometime you'll have an evening job also, and it is little hard work. This is not like you'll sit on the chair and working on that. In same main engine, when you have joined the Merchant Navy department. Then the same in main engine, you have to work with your hand, and there you will open the main engine, checking the things while with the sound you are identifying ki, this machinery should be changed in the next 5 days or 10 days. Same way in a deck department also, you have to see by your eyes with the binocular. You have to stand outside and check the entire things. So there is a responsibility over there. So this is not a kind of job of 9 to 5. If somebody is not wants a adventurous life, then he should not join the Merchant Navy. Here you will find the adventurous life. In the next minute, you will find different kind of waves where different kind of force you will see. Every 15 days, you are touching with different countries. Suppose today you are in Singapore. After 10 days, you will be in China. After 10 days, you will be in India. So like every 10 days, 15 days, you are touching a different countries, and which is again the free of cost. You don't need to worry about this. In the same way, like some benefit luxury pay package. Now, what is luxury pay package? Here, the payment is basically in dollars. And if I say in a captain, means like the highest post, which is takes you to there around 6 to 7 years after joining the Merchant Navy, you required 6 to 7 years to come on captain, or in the other engine side, you will be at a chief engineer. So to get this post, you will have a very good handsome amount. I am telling you, the minimum amount is getting the candidates around $8,000. When you calculate it, $8,000, it comes around 10 lakh. 8 to 10 lakh amount which the candidates are getting every month. So this is the luxury pay package. Now next is tax benefit. You don't need to pay any kind of tax for this amount. You don't need to pay. You are going on different places, and again it is free of the cost. Now one more point I'll add up here. If somebody wants to take his family on the ship, he allows. He can go, his family can go on the ship, and entire the expenditure will be taken care by the company itself.
Sir, only for captain.
No, from the third officer, like you will be, I'll show you the on which rank you will be joined, and from that, from which rank the family is allowed to join on the ship. The next slide will get it. I'll answer for this question. Anybody is having any kind of query in middle, they can stop me, and they can ask their questions, or in the last we can take a QA session to get this. Now this is a very important slide. Eligibility criteria. Now who are eligible to join the Merchant? Now you guys are in 11th and 12th. So it means you will be joining the two stream. One is we call DNS, and second is BTech Marine Engineering. Now DNS is Diploma in Nautical Science leading to BSc Nautical Science. Now this DNS, I'll explain you first, and then I'll explain you the BTech. In the DNS, what we have, first, it's having the two part. One is 1 year training you will do in institute where you will join, and next 2 year training you will do on a ship. Like, first of all, you will apply for the sponsorship. What is a sponsorship? Sponsorship is just like a job. It's like in these courses, without sponsorship you cannot join, right? When you get a sponsorship, it means your job is fixed. First of all, you will give the examination of the institute, like companies. If you heard about Maersk Line, Fleet, Scorpio, these are the plenty of the companies who are taking the candidates and taking their examination. After that, they are giving them a joining letter. And then 1 year training will be in institute, and 2 year training will be on the ship. So this is 3 year training, and after that you will get your BSc graduation degree. So this we call the DNS. This we call the DNS. Now next is BTech Marine Engineering. If you remember, just now we have discussed there is a other department, engineering department. They are taking their training over here, BTech Marine Engineering, for 4 year training. This is 4 year training, and DNS is for 1 year. These are the deck side, and this is engine side. Now who are eligible? Now eligibility criteria I generally take in 3 parts. One is academic wise. You should have minimum 60% in PCM, means after 12th, when the 12th result comes out, you need to have 60% in physics, chemistry, math, and 50% in English. Right now, this is the eligibility criteria. But as per the company and sponsorship, what you need to have minimum 70% in physics, chemistry, math, and minimum 80% in English. Why I am pressing more marks in English? Now, this is the government criteria, but as per company, should be have 80%. See, what is the reason behind this? Like when you work on the ship, you are working with that, some Brazilian person is also working with you, some Chinese is also working with you. So what will be the common platform to talk to each other? It's an English language. And the writing emails to the company, that is also English language. It means every company is basically pressing more on English language. You need to have a good fluency in English. Number one, you need to have a good writing skill in English. These are very, very mandatory. You need to have a, like in PCM, you'll have a 65%, still you'll get a company. But if you have a lack in English speaking or writing, you cannot join in. This is the first criteria. Second criteria is age wise. The females are giving little more prior, like they are giving as per government more 2 year giving by the female. And for the males, 25 year, OBC is 28, SC/ST is 30. So this is the second criteria, age criteria. Now, third criteria is medically fitness. Now, for the DNS, your eyes should be 6/6 and no color blindness, right? For the BTech, your eyes can be 6/12. 6/12. Again, I am explaining you, this written thing is only for the DNS. For the BTech, 6/12 can be eligible. Now, the question arises over here. Somebody is having specs and is not having 6/6. Now, what he'll do? He can do the laser operation and uh, can reset his eyes, and in that way he is eligible. After LASIK laser operation, your eye will be 6/6 and your specs will be removed, and then you are eligible for the DN. And if you want to join the engine side, then your eyes can be go till 6/12 and you can wear specs is allowed in engine side. But again, for the DNS or BTech, you should take care about this, that you should not have any kind of color blindness, whether it is partial or fully. You should not have a color blindness. If somebody get confused with the color blindness, I'll explain you what we have. Some of the candidates having this way कि there is a little confusion between two colors, like किसी को red नहीं दिखता है, किसी को blue नहीं दिखता है. तो वो this is not like a disease, but these candidates cannot join. What is the reason behind this? Like what we have when you are in a ship. So when you are in deck side, you need to see some kind of sign, like you need to go from this path to that path. So they are putting some red light, blue light for the signing from going from one place to other place. So if somebody is color blindness, he cannot see the sign. Means blue will not visible to him. Yeah, maybe red will not visible to him. So it causes a accident. That's why it's not allowed. If somebody is having partially also, then also he is not eligible for this paper. So this is the eligibility criteria. Now this is the career path. Now here you can see in the DNS, candidates join as a deck cadet. In engine side, candidate join as a trainee engine. Now next is fourth engineer, then third engineer, second engineer, then this is the highest post is chief engineer. This side also third officer, second officer, chief officer, and captain. Now somebody is asking me like who can take their families on the ship. From the third officer and this side third engineer, these two posts. After these two posts, you can take your wife or children or parents on ship. It's eligible. And till like 4 months, 5 months, you will be on the ship. You can take your family over there, and the entire expenditure will be taken care by the company while on the ship. So this is the career path. Now, What you'll do? First of all, you will join as a DAC cadet. Now, from the 18 months, like 18 months, you will be work on the ship. So when you join as a DAC cadet, your salary will be around $600 to $800, which is around 60 to 80,000 over the ship. So this is the DAC cadet. Now here also the salary will be same in both the side. Whether you join the deck department, whether you join the engine department, salary will be same for the segments. Now in the third officer, you will have a generally of the salary of 2,500 to $3,000, which is comes around 250 to 3 lakhs. Same way in a fourth engineer also. When we comes on second officer is around 4,000. When we comes on chief officer comes around 5,000. When we are captain is around $8,000. See, I am telling you these the salary is minimum salary. I am not taking the maximum, which is sometime on a some kind of the ship. You are getting the different and more salaries also. Now this entire salary is tax free, which I already explained you. Now next is DNS. Like we need to discuss only two things over here. One is DNS and next is BTech. Now this slide is quite important for everyone. Now here you can see the top in the DNS or BSc Nautical Science. These are the two courses. BSc Nautical Science is non-sponsored. Non-sponsored means your job is not prior fixed. Prior means like right now is not fixed. But here in DNS is this side, your job, first of all, your job will be fixed and then you will go for the training. It's just like Indian Navy. You have given the examination, clear, qualify, got the job, means like you will join the Indian Navy. Then the Indian Navy will send you for the training. You will do the training and after that you will join the Indian Navy. Same way over here also in the DNS side. So I must suggest to everyone to join more focus on this segment. If you want to join Merchant Navy, you should and wants to join in deck side. So you should join, you need to focus on these 10 institutes. You can see here, Anglo Institute, ARI, IMU, IMU Chennai, IMI Greater Noida, Great Eastern, Tolani, TS Rahman, SCI Shipping Corporation of India, Mumbai, and SIMS Lonavala. These are the 10 institutes where you can apply. First of all, now how you will apply? Now what you need to do? You need to search it on Google. Suppose you are searching this thing, International Maritime Institute. You need to search on Google. When you search it, you will get, when you search it, click it over here, then you will be get it on internet. So there is a phone number over there. So in that phone number, you have to call. You have to call them, and then what you need to do, you need to call them and ask them, I want to join the Merchant Navy. Then they'll say, oh, okay, you want to join Merchant Navy. Then they'll explain you the process of the Merchant Navy. They'll explain you the process of the Merchant Navy. And then later on, first of all, you will they'll call the company and you will give the examination. And when you sponsor, then you will be go ahead. So I must say you should focus on the more on this institute. When you are not getting the seats on this institute, then you can join this second part. These are the institute which is non-sponsored institute. So next later on you can join these institute, right? So this is, now here I am just putting a video for this Merchant Navy where I have explained this everything. I'll show you this. I think this video is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this link I'll share it with you, where this is like 15 minutes video, where I have explained each and every institute and all the fees and everything. Right. In the same way, this is the video which I have explained about which there I have explained you about the BTech Merchant Navy, top institute and everything, right? So again, we will be our PPT. PPT is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there is a two segment. I think I have explained you about the sponsored and non-sponsored. And sponsored, I have given you 10 institute, which is very, very important. In front of, I have put it the seats also. In which institute, what are the seats? Right? I'll explain you the BTech also later on. And after that, I'll tell you in which month you need to apply, right? How you will search it on internet and which month probably you need to be search it. This is, I'll explain you after this slide. Now, this is BTech. Now, in the BTech, generally we have a placement, not the sponsored. In the sponsored, we have only one institute, which is Simslo now. But others are in non-sponsored, but still every institute is having a good placement. So here you can see the seats over here. CV Raman 40, International Maritime Institute Greater Noida 80, IMU Kolkata. Now here you can see these IMU. These are the government institute. In the same way, in the last slide, you can see IMU. These two IMU are government institute, purely government institute. Other institute are semi-government type, but they are under controlled IMU only. Means the degree and examination will control by the government itself, right? Like in the institute, what we have, there are plenty of institute, but on the top there is a one university. The same way, IMU is the university who's taking the examination from all the institute, and all the institute taking under IMU only. Now these are the 8 institute which I have put it over here for the BTech, and one is in Sims Lonavala. There is a 40 seats in that. Now this is very important question. Before that, I'll take it here itself. You can note down, which is I not mentioned in a PPT. You can note down in which month basically you need to apply for the Merchant Navy. For the Merchant Navy, for the DNS and BTech, generally start from the April. From the April or May. These are the 2 months where you need to apply in these institute, like for the BTech and these institute for the DNS. This is the month. Now, how you will process? There are 3 types of examination. One exam will be taken by these institute. Now, examination syllabus is your 11th and 12th PCM, physics, chemistry, math, right? Physics, chemistry, math, and there are plenty of coaching institute who's taking 2 months, 4 months coaching, giving the guidance for the Merchant Navy sponsorship and for this examination. So one examination will be taken by one examination will be taken by the institute, and second examination will be taken by company. Means like suppose you have applied in IMI, so IMI will be take your registration. After that, they'll call the Maersk Line, Fleet Ship, Scorpio. These are the shipping companies. They'll call them, and after calling them, you will be sit over there, and they'll take your online examination, and you will find the questions. You will find the questions over there, right? So questions will be from the physics, chemistry, math. So this is the second examination, and third examination will be taken by IMU CET, means Indian Maritime University CET. This examination is more or less like IIT JEE examination, but the questions were very, very easy. This is the syllabus. You will find English 25 question in IMU, GK you will find 25, and general aptitude 25, chemistry 25, mathematics 50, and physics 50. 200 question, 3-hour examination, no negative mark, right? So this is the exam. So there are 3 examinations. One examination will be taken by the institute, second examination will be taken by the company, and third examination will be taken by government. So you need to be clear all 3 rounds, and then you are eligible to join. Now this all 3 examination syllabus is same. You need to just take care about your physics, chemistry, math books of your NCERT. That is the same syllabus, 11th and 12th NCERT physics, chemistry, math books, and that syllabus is sufficient. And there are plenty of coachings also going on for IMU CET examination, right? So after that, we comes on this point. Now, which one is better? Whether DNS better or BTech is better? Which one is better? Now, I must suggest always the BTech is always better than DNS, but still it is all depend on your interest. Like candidates having interest in the side of computer science and IT and wants to do white collar job, don't wants to work with the engine and all, then he should join the DNS. That is also very fabulous and very fantastic. And in BTech, now what more we have in BTech? More is like when we are on the ship, sometimes we think that we should change the our profile, or change the I don't want to work on the ship. So in that time, in outside of this shipping industry, all the industry, whether it is hotel management or IT industry or manufacturing industry, car industry, automobile and all, everywhere this BTech guys is eligible. But for the DNS, cannot join in manufacturing department. Other than manufacturing department, this DNS guys also can join. Now, next question comes with that. Whether we are eligible for higher education? Yes. After doing the DNS or after doing the BTech, you will have your graduation degree with you, and you are eligible for higher education, MTech also, as well as MS also, as well as MBA also. You are eligible for PhD also. So you are eligible for higher education also. Now, for us, we are this is like in a twice in a year we are conducting IMU CET cum sponsorship program coaching, where we have limited seats. Generally this batch will be start in May to July, and one time we have in November to January, right? So IMU CET will be conducted in twice in a year. Like this time will be conducted in July, but it's cancelled. This year it's cancelled due to the pandemic situation. Now this year they are going to take you on the percentage of 12th only, but every time you will have a IMU CET examination. Okay, so this is all about this. We can start QA session. So I'm stopping my presentation. Now candidates, anybody have any kind of doubt, they can ask.
Sir?
Ha.
Sir, is there any lifeboat present in the ship?
What?
Sir, is lifeboat present in the ship?
Yes. Now you are talking about the safety. Now, if we talk about the safety point of view, so what are the things? Basically, nowadays, like olden days, we will think that the pirates आ जाते हैं और कई बार ship डूबने लग जाती है. तो आजकल ऐसा नहीं है. Every company is having a tie-up with a particular company where they are take caring the security part. Means wherever they think that here pirates can come, so they are sending their security guards also. Every ship is having live boats. Like what they have, live boat is like something like that. They'll have a boxes. So boxes they'll throw in a sea and they'll open, and it's like 12 candidates can sit in a boat where they'll have around 30 days of food also in that. So these things will not be where this is the backup part. But something is happen on the ship. Very soon, within a 30 minutes, you will get a chopper from nearest port, and you will be sit in the chopper and they'll leave you at port. This is the live boat, and other things will they use lastly when they are not getting any kind of help. Then they, but this kind of the things is never happen. Okay, next.
Sir,
हाँ.
so what if we go in a non-sponsored institute and we pass out from there? Then how we are going to get companies?
Yes. Now, what they do, non-sponsored candidates is just like, suppose you are joining any kind of IIT college. Now, that is also non-sponsored only. Means you are joining over there, and in third year you will get your placement. Same kind of the things you will find non-sponsored institute also. Like they are taking the BSc Nautical Science. BSc Nautical Science is for 3 years. So in last year they are going to place you on the ships. Means like last year they are calling companies and you are going to place. Now what is the disadvantage in this? Like in DNS, which is sponsored, all candidates are sponsored, only sponsored candidate can join. But in this non-sponsored, in third year they'll go to, generally what happen, the placement goes 80 to 85%. There are 10 to 15% candidates is left, they'll not get the placement from the institute. So they are trying their own and probably they'll get it, because very less crowd is basically in this field, very less seats. You can see in my PPT, very less seats are nominated by the country.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Any other questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what happens when the fuel gets finished between sea?
Fuel?
Sir, what happens when fuel gets finished in between?
Yes. See, what we have, it is not like, see, I'll give you an example. Suppose we have a car at our home. So sometime we found that कि हमें पता नहीं लगता और फ्यूल खत्म हो जाता है. ऐसा कभी होता नहीं. हमें पता होता है कि फ्यूल खत्म होने वाला, और फिर वो हम फ्यूल रिफिल नहीं करवा पाते हैं टाइम पे, इसलिए. तो सेम काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन विद द शिप्स आल्सो, इट नेवर हैपन. बट अगेन, इफ सम टाइम द शिप इज क्वाइट लार्जर, जैसे कि कोई शिप बहुत बड़ा है, जनरली VLCC जो शिप्स होते हैं वो 1000 मीटर लंबे होते हैं. तो मान लो वो शिप अब इंडिया नहीं आ सकता, सपोज ही स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द सिंगापुर एंड गोइंग इंडिया थ्रू चाइना. अब वो इंडिया नहीं आ सकता, बट उसका फ्यूल कम है, बिकॉज ऐसा हुआ कि जो एवरेज हम सोच रहे थे वो एवरेज नहीं मिली और उससे कम मिली और फ्यूल खत्म हो गया. तो उस टाइम इन ए मिडिल ऑफ द सी ऑल्सो वी कैन refill our ships. There are some टैंकर शिप्स, मीन्स जो ऑयल लेके, प्रोडक्ट ऑयल टैंकर्स होते हैं जो नियरेस्ट पोर्ट से ऑयल लेके आप तक चले जाएंगे, एंड देन द सेम वे यू कैन रिफिल योर शिप्स. और इसकी ट्रेनिंग भी होती है बाकायदा. अगर कभी ऐसा सिचुएशन आता है तो आप कैसे शिप को रिफिल करोगे, इसकी एक बाकायदा ट्रेनिंग होती है. ठीक है.
Okay.
और कोई डाउट?
सर जैसे कि सर जो अफ्रीका वाला पार्ट है वहाँ पे नाइजीरियन पायरेट्स हैं, सोमाली पायरेट्स हैं, तो सर वहाँ पे कुछ फीजी शिप्स और इंडियन शिप्स को वहाँ पे उन्होंने कर रखा है. तो सर अगर ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन रखे तो जो कंपनी होती है वो क्या करती है?
देखो, इन सब सिचुएशन में वैसे तो जैसे ही अगर आप सोमालिया वगैरह रास्ते में जाते हैं तो देन कंपनीज प्रोवाइडिंग यू द आर्म with AK-47 and other rifles and other things they are providing you. But still, if some kind of situation is happen, then I never seen in my life from the last 10 years से मैं इसी फील्ड में हूँ, I never seen in my life कि किसी पायराइट ने किसी स्टाफ को नुकसान पहुंचाया. नहीं, they are taking the ship and putting staff in life boats and telling them to leave. They are just taking the ships on. So automatically जो कंपनी है वो उनके साथ डील करती है. बट देयर इज ए वेरी रेयर, ऐसा कुछ रहता है तो ऑलरेडी सब कुछ ट्रैकिंग पे होता है, स्टैंड बाई पे होता है, नियरेस्ट नेवी इज आल्सो इन स्टैंड. ओके.
यस सर.
एनी अदर डाउट? I am just shared over here 2 videos link, which is very important for you guys also. and I'm sharing the YouTube channel link also. There you can see the other things. If you have any kind of doubts, you can check the videos and clear your doubts. Okay, and you'll have my number also. I'll share it over here. So anybody is having any kind of doubt, they can go through it and just can we call me and clear their doubts. I've shared my email ID also in the PPT. If you have taken the screenshot down below, I have shared email ID and everything. I'm sharing once again. So with this, you can call me or you can send me emails or you can contact me if you have any kind of doubt.
Okay. So I think
Yes,
now the children do not have any queries. So
sure,
can we
sir.
wind off?
Bilkul, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So on the behalf of Sanskar family, I'm thank you very much, sir, for giving such valuable information to our children. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, children, now you can leave.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, beta. Rohit Pratap Singh, leave the meeting.